shit. I should have had this set up already. God damn it. God damn it. I had it set up, son of a bitch. There we go. Well, that was just upsetting. Anyway. Alright, everything we had going. So, this past weekend football has been absolutely crazy. I bet on the Georgia game, and whenever I didn't expect Tennessee to get blown out. Give me 1 second. Everyone else is coming in. As far as football goes, though, who do we got? Alabama or Georgia? That's the top one on the list. Everybody already knows it. That's the biggest game this week, from my experience. As an Alabama fan, it's the biggest game this week. Obviously, we got Auburn, Texas A&M playing as well. Who do y'all have on that one? I got Auburn, personally. If you feel different and you think maybe Auburn's not going to win, Texas A&M going to win, let that be known. I think Texas A&M will hold up, but I think it'll be close. I got Auburn negative 3.5. Same thing with Alabama, Georgia. I think it's going to be a real close game, or it's going to be a complete blowout. Georgia's been struggling. They struggled with Austin Peay. So I think that's just a preference as well. But let me know what y'all got, because I currently have Auburn winning that one. I got Alabama winning that one. We got a whole list. Y'all can check out the list. Let's see what we got. Give me 1 second. We're going to flip the camera around so everybody can see it as soon as I learn how to flip the camera. How you do that? Nope, that's not it. How do you flip the fucking camera? Yeah, well, it's very easy to do. So, who y'all got? Because right here, I got Georgia up, obviously. Georgia's losing that one. Alabama's 3-5 on that one, in my opinion. Notre Dame's Arkansas will probably win against Notre Dame. I got Auburn over Texas A&M. It's Florida's bye week. Of course, we already said, in my opinion, Alabama's going to beat Georgia. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all think. I got Alabama winning Georgia game this week. I already got money on it. If you want money on it, DM me if you think Georgia's going to win. And go ahead, send me your Venmo, and I'll request it. I got South Carolina beating Kentucky. What's your opinion? Let me hear it. I got South Carolina beating Kentucky. I don't care what no one says. What do y'all think of Ole Miss? Because right now they're both 4-0. As you see it. What do y'all think? Who y'all think winning it? I got Ole Miss winning. LSU not going to win that one. I don't care what no one says. Who y'all got? Mississippi, Tennessee. Who we got? Because my board, I got Mississippi winning. I don't care for Tennessee a whole lot, but I got Mississippi winning that one. What about Missouri versus UMass? I feel like that's an obvious. Missouri's winning. Oklahoma should have bye week, so we're good there. South Carolina and Kentucky, I've already said it. I got South Carolina. Tennessee versus Mississippi State. We've already said that. I got Mississippi State winning. On the schedule, they messed that one up. I don't know how they messed that one up, but whatever. Anyway, Vanderbilt. Who y'all got? Utah State versus Vanderbilt. Who we got? Let me know, because this one I couldn't fully decide on. I believe Vanderbilt's gonna win. I'm thinking. I never did bet on this game. I ain't bet on this one yet. A lot of people at work said I should, but I didn't bet yet. But someone give me some help. Who y'all got? Utah or Vanderbilt? Who we got? What you got, Drew? Who you got? I'm thinking Vanderbilt's winning. I think Vanderbilt's got this one. I don't care what no one says. I really don't. I got 50 on Vanderbilt. Who wants it? I know we got a little bit more people in here. We're going back to the Alabama-Georgia game. What's y'all score on Alabama-Georgia? Who we got up here? I know some of y'all some Georgia fans. I know some of y'all hate Alabama. Y'all want Georgia to win. I personally don't care. I'm an SEC fan. As long as the SEC is winning, I don't care. Who we got? Alabama versus Georgia. Put your drops in now. Go ahead and say it. I don't discriminate. I personally got Alabama winning. I think 3.5 on Alabama. What do we got? Oh, Errol, I know you want Georgia to win. Get your mother, boy. Georgia ain't winning nothing. Alabama 3.5. I got 50 on it. Either way it go, I got 50 on Georgia. Who you got? Auburn, Texas A&M. I want to say Auburn gonna win. All right, that's a bet. I got 50. DM me your cash out or Venmo, whatever you got. On my soul, I'll send you 50 if Georgia win. I'm thinking Auburn gonna take Texas A&M though. I like Texas A&M. They ain't done bad, as you see. They ain't done bad. And before we all said, I know, I get it. Auburn should have beat Oklahoma. I ain't even an Auburn fan. Auburn should have beat Oklahoma. Now go ahead and nip that in the bud. As an Alabama fan, Auburn should have beat Oklahoma. That pass interference was called out. The touchdown was out of play. Bro literally ran. He didn't run off the field. I can't say he ran off the field. But, bro, y'all know what he did. Come on now. Auburn should have won that game. Now, I made money on the game. I made $500 on the game. I don't care. I won by points. So it don't matter to me. Auburn should have won that. It is what it is. I ain't mad about it though. That's between them and Jesus at this point. It don't even hurt my feelings. Like I said, I'm an Alabama fan, so that don't hurt my feelings none at all whatsoever. Alright. Let's get to the nitty gritty. When it comes to Ty Simmons, are we thinking he's gonna freeze? He froze against FSU. FSU's a very good team this year. They've been rocking out. I think he thought he was ready, and then when it came time, bro was not ready at all. He couldn't handle it. I also think I don't like Kalen DeBoer. I don't like him. I don't. I think he's a terrible coach. I think he should have took a job up north. I think he's smart. I don't hate him. I don't hate the dude, okay? If someone said, hey, bro, I'll give you the lottery if you come down here and play for me, would you do it? Duh. Yeah, I'm finna take that payout. Yeah, I'm finna go move down to Alabama, and I'm finna take that payout. And if you fire me, you fire me. It is what it is. But he's soft. He's so soft. Y'all seen the way he does practice? That man is soft as cupcake ass, and you know it. I don't know. Maybe it's because I grew up in the Nick Saban era, and that man was throwing headphones at you. That boy is soft, and we know it. It is what it is. With that being said, I don't think Ty Simmons was ready. I think we've played easy teams since FSU. I just don't think that boy was ready. This game right here, the Georgia game, is going to tell us if we ready to go to the playoffs or not. I don't know if we ready. I don't know if we're making it to the playoffs this year. That's my personal opinion. Let's go back to the board. Let's go back to the drawing board because I don't believe we ready. Look at them. Vanderbilt's a good team this year. They might not be playing SEC teams. They beat Charleston Southern. They beat Virginia Tech. They beat South Carolina. They beat Georgia State. Georgia State ain't all that great. So I'm not even finna sit here and act like, ooh, they beat Georgia. Shut up. I don't care. I got them on Utah. I got Vanderbilt beating Utah as well. I still think that's going to be a hard game for us. I don't care what no one says. I think that's going to be a hard game for us, regardless what anybody says. It is what it is. I believe we're going to beat Missouri. Tennessee's going to be a hard game for us. And I don't even like that. I don't like that. I believe Tennessee's going to be a hard game for us. It is what it is. I think when it comes to South Carolina, we're going to beat them. LSU, we're going to beat. I think Oklahoma's going to give us a run for our money. It really is. I'll go ahead and mark it down. Where my pen go? Y'all like the hat wall, by the way? Y'all like the hat wall? I'm finishing it out. I got some more to hang up. I'm finishing it out, though. Check it out. Check out the hat wall, baby. Got a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of hats. I'm finishing it out. I go ahead and mark it down. All right, what I think. All right, W. Tennessee is gonna be hard. We're gonna beat South Carolina. We're gonna beat them. Oklahoma is gonna be hard, so I'll give them the pass. We've beaten Eastern Illinois. Auburn is gonna be hard, so I'll give them a pass. But right now, with our standing, knowing we lost against Florida State, I got Alabama. We could go with 4 losses this year. I fully believe that. And I hate to say it as an Alabama fan, I fully believe we could go with 4 losses, which will obviously knock us out. It'll knock us out completely. Arkansas is losing. They're going to beat Notre Dame. They'll lose to Tennessee, lose to Texas A&M, lose to Auburn, lose to Mississippi State, beat LSU. I think they'll beat Texas. And I think they'll lose to Missouri. I think they'll beat Missouri. So Arkansas is going to have a tough year this year. Auburn, they next couple games going to be hard for them. Luckily, they got a bye week before they go against Georgia. So that's going to be rough. Either way, they losing. I think they going to lose. I retract what I said. I think they're going to lose. That's a hard one to bet on, man. If anybody knows, that's a hard game to bet on. That's just like trying to bet on this one. That's a hard game to bet on. My bet says Auburn's going to win 3-5, though. 3.5, Auburn's winning. I still think Texas A&M going to win. Even though I bet on Auburn to win 3.5, I still think Texas A&M's going to win. It is what it is. They're losing to Georgia. They're beating Missouri. They're beating Arkansas, beating Kentucky. Vanderbilt, again, is going to be a hard game. Vanderbilt's a hard team to come up on. And I know that they ain't playing nobody. They're not playing anybody. I still think that's going to be a hard game for Auburn. It's going to be a hard game for us. I think Vanderbilt, if they could pull off beating Alabama and Auburn, they'll go undefeated and make it into the playoffs. Personally, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. If Miami was on my board, Miami Hurricanes would be up there too. Dogs ain't going to win nothing. Auburn ain't going to beat Bama. Where's your state at? You ain't even up here on the list. Virginia ain't winning nothing this year. No, I'm just kidding. Virginia's doing okay. Not really. They're doing. Hold on. I don't think I watched a Virginia game this year. Yeah, I ain't watched no Virginia game. I ain't bet on Virginia this week or this since they've been back in. I ain't bet on Virginia yet. Just cause they ain't in the SEC, man. I bet on SEC games. Florida is doing garbage. I know you messing, Jimmy. I know. Florida's doing garbage. Miami beat them. I love Miami because they used to be a prison team, and that's why I like Miami. I love them to death. I bet Miami's gonna go into the playoffs. I said it last year. I'm gonna say it again this year. Miami's going playoffs. End of the story. With that being said, when it comes to this board, the only major teams I'm caring about is going to be Georgia, Auburn, Alabama, Florida's dog water. They suck. They are not a good team, and everybody knows it. They were good whenever you had Tebow in there. Other than that, I ain't never cared about Florida. I like to watch Oklahoma this year. I think they're going to be in there. Vanderbilt's going to be another team that gets in there. So I think on our side, not counting Notre Dame or all them other teams that just magically make it in the playoffs because they don't they don't play anybody in a year. I think these are the teams you need to be looking at getting in the playoffs. In order for Alabama to not get in and Auburn to not get in, obviously we're going to be looking at Georgia as the biggest competitor. Georgia has to lose. If Georgia loses against Alabama and Auburn, they're going to win all these other games. Against Georgia Tech, Charlotte, Texas, Mississippi State. That might be a hard one for them. They're going to beat Florida at Jacksonville. I already know that. That's not going to be hard at all. They're going to beat Ole Miss. But if they can beat Mississippi State, Auburn, and Alabama, then they'll be in the playoffs. And then that'll knock Alabama out. Nick Saban's not in to get Alabama in the playoffs anymore. And it's the unfortunate answer a lot of people don't want to hear. But the reason why Alabama's been in them playoffs whenever we lost the game and Georgia didn't or whatever it may be, maybe Auburn didn't lose the game all year long and Alabama still came in and got in the playoffs, is because it's always been called the Alabama Invitation. I'm going to set the record straight. A lot of people don't like hearing it. I'm going to be honest with you. As an Alabama fan, the playoffs are called the Alabama Invitation because Alabama is always in there. Like it or not, I don't care what you say. With that being said, now that Saban's not here, if Alabama has a loss and Georgia don't, Georgia's making it. And they'll probably pick Notre Dame and Oklahoma and some other god-awful team, and you'll see fucking TCU in there, and you're going to be like, what the fuck's going on? I don't know what that was about. That was on some foo-foo lame shit. I don't know. I just got a warning saying that this live was pre-recorded. How is this live pre-recorded when I'm talking to people? That makes zero sense. Anyway, let me know y'all's list. Let me know what y'all got. If you want to bet on any games, DM me. Send me a cash app and we'll talk on some numbers. But this is who I got. These are all going to be hard numbers for us. Like I said, it's going to be Auburn, Oklahoma, Tennessee. And I got Georgia winning. I don't care. Tennessee's going to be a hard one, though. I'm thinking that's where we're going to go with it. Anyway, enough talk about the football. Let's get into some HVAC. We're doing a change out. on a house, and the homeowner, it's a full change out, all the way full, duct work and all. The homeowner don't want us to come in their house at all. We tearing vents out the floor. I mean, not vents. We're tearing boots out the floor, everything. A damn, what's them little dolls that you like stab and stuff? You know, the voodoo dolls. One of them falls out the floor. I'm already freaked out. I'm like, bro, what the hell's going on? This dude's acting weird the whole time we there. It's rough. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Bro don't want us to come in his house to even touch the thermostat. He said he'll change the thermostat. He said, well, if you need to see the thermostat, I'll take a picture of it, and I'll show you the picture of the thermostat. What do you mean you want to take a picture of it? That don't even make no sense. It don't. That makes zero sense to me that you're going to take a picture of the thermostat so I can do the thermostat. How does that make sense? It don't. That makes zero sense to me. How am I supposed to, bro, I'm trying to do, what you mean? How am I putting on an Acon 824 Gold and I ain't supposed to come in your house? You gonna do it? Are you finna wire in this thermostat and program it correctly? Do you know how to cut on the continuous fan? Do you know how to do that? No, you don't. He's a hoarder. He don't want no one coming in his house. How would you address this situation? As your job, you're supposed to come in and be in their house. How am I supposed to come in your house if you don't want me to come in your house? Make that make sense. Make it make sense. Toe sock comfort. I'm not saying that right. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. What's your opinion on it? Your last name, your name says comfort. That means you got something to do with heating and air, right? Give me your opinion on it. Let me hear it. I tell you what, I'm gonna go get a water real quick. I'll be right back. Give me your opinion. There we go. There we go. Oh, that sweet water, baby. That sweet water, baby. I ain't just spilled that on me. That ain't what happened. What do you do? What do you do, Mr. What do you do, Mr. Drew? What do you do for a living? I know Errol, he's a truck driver. I know Jimmy does heating in there. He ain't in here no more though. Otherwise, I try to get his opinion on it. What do we do? Because I need help with this. How do you address a homeowner that don't want you to be in their house? Because right now we got a ductwork competition going on. Whoever sells the most ductwork, wins this big prize. As an installer, I don't get to sell ductwork because I'm doing all the ductwork jobs. We're going out, we're doing, there's only 3 leads, so there's 3 helpers, so there's 3 crews, right? But we're going out and we're doing probably about 8 ductwork changeouts a week. And then, you got your regular change out. Like I did a change out on Monday, but Tuesday and today I've been on ductwork. So we've been doing the ductwork competition. So I'm already getting burnt out. We've been doing ductwork. We've been doing ductwork probably on and off for about a month straight, every day. Like once you finish one, they might give you a regular change out just so they can keep it pushing. But on a realistic level, you get burnt out, man. You in a crawl space or you in a hot attic and you running duct work every day. You running, you put a new plenum on and you running 40 foot of trunk line this way and 20 foot of trunk line that way, and now you cutting in 11 runs. You gonna get burnt out. It's gonna happen, especially whenever it's 92 degrees. And I ain't in Florida or Texas or Mississippi. It's 90 degrees in Alabama, though, South Alabama, and you sweating your ass off. So how do you go about dealing with a homeowner that wants to give you attitude and all of that? It's rough. It is. It's rough for everybody. And I think that's the biggest problem that we're having is a lot of people think that, oh, I can do heating and air, and then they get into it and they realize real quick, I can't do heating and air no more. This ain't what I do. It's not for me. So give me your opinion. What do you think someone should do when it comes to that? It just don't make no sense. It really don't. If you were in my shoes, what would you do? Like I said, if you new to the stream and you're just not coming in, give me your insight. A homeowner's telling me he don't want me in his house. All he wants me to do is everything in the crawl space. Like I said, we're changing the unit, all the duct work, the runs, the boots. How am I supposed to put a boot in the floor if you don't want me to come in your house? I gotta change B vent. We're running new thermostat wire and all of that. How am I supposed to run new thermostat wire if you don't want me coming in your house? And it's not like a me thing. The salesman or the comfort advisor and the service tech wasn't allowed in the house either. I got a piece of hair right on my screen. Look at that. Can y'all see that? Yeah, piece of hair. So that's the issues that I'm having doing this particular job. Like I said, he had voodoo dolls falling out of the vents, out the flex, all of that. Dude's very strange. He's a very strange person, but I'm not mad at him. Okay, that's something you need to know. I am not mad at him for doing what he's doing. It is what it is. I ain't mad at him in any kind of way, shape, form, and fashion. Let me know your opinion. Anyway, I started doing heating and air about 6 years ago. I joined the field because where I was at, they laid everybody off because of COVID. We actually we did telecommunications for college football. And when they didn't know they was going to play because of COVID, they let go of 85% of the company. Fucked everybody up. I was part of that. I honestly, and I tell a lot of people now, I should have collected unemployment and started a different business. Maybe candles or something. I shouldn't have been doing what I've been doing. It wasn't a smart move on my part, but I did it anyway. Now I got a thing where me and the boys are going to get together and we're starting a podcast on my YouTube channel. As soon as it gets to 50 subscribers, I'm going to start going live, and it's going to be called the Crawlspace Boys. Since most heating and air systems are in the crawl space. A lot of them are in the attic, but most of them are in the crawl space. So we're going to call ourselves the Crawlspace Boys. I'm currently looking at getting merch made and all of that. Give me your input. Let's make it about everything, because it does get rough. And I think people want to try to find things to make it easier, which is honestly probably why I still do it. It's easy to go to work and be around people that you're around every day, and you're trying to have fun and you're trying to make it. I mean, you're making it everything, really. Especially when it comes to doing heat and air. You want to continue to make the job easy, so you know what I'm saying. Like, you make jokes in the attic, you make jokes in the crawl space. Like yesterday, my buddy Michael, he cut on it's on the YouTube channel. It was some song by Britney Spears. I can't even remember, but we all started dancing in the crawl space because it was a tall crawl space. It was I mean, I'm 5'7" and I could stand up all the way. I didn't have to like lean over or nothing. So I mean, that was a real nice crawl space that a lot of people don't get to attend. And since I've been doing heating, I've probably gotten maybe 6 of those. So Alright, with that being said, how do you go from transition to an installer to a service tech? How do y'all do that? Has anybody in here done that? Transitioned over? Maybe not even transitioned from an installer to a service tech. Maybe went from residential to commercial or whatever it may be. Okay? How have we done that? How has everybody felt about transitioning over? Because not everybody gets to just transition over, and I think that's a big thing in the field. Like my manager was a service tech, and now he's an install manager. So he'll also be one of the people that I'm getting on to. He'll be joining the live because I want everybody to see that kind of transition when it goes to getting over. I think a lot of people take over for that misconception. Coming from the food industry, I always wanted to be a manager, be of some part of importance, and I never did do that. But now I'm in the field and I'm doing heat and air, it would be nice to transition over. Although, working at a mom and pop shop, you'd make more as a manager than you would in the field. But I work in a corporate setting. I work for Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air. I do the air side. So we're a lot more corporate. The installers are going to make a lot more than the managers do. And it's just how it is. Managers do paperwork and all of that. And you got installers and service techs and comfort advisors and all of them. They're going to come in. They're going to make sure everything's done appropriately and efficiently and effectively. So it makes sense that we'd make more. But I do understand why in a mom and pop shop it's that way. Most mom and pop shops in Alabama pay anywhere from $15 to $25 an hour. You'll be lucky to get $25 an hour here in South Alabama. And that's the real deal perspective. But where I work at, I make $27 an hour, but I make $350 a day doing installs. So like, if we go and it's a regular box swap, let's talk money. Because a lot of people say there's not a lot of money in heating and air, and that's a lie. I don't know who told people that. How do you do that? There we go. But when it comes to doing heating and air and making money, we get $350 a change out. Basic box swap. All you're doing is going and putting in a new unit. If I pull a thermostat wire, that's a quarter day. So I already have $350 a day, and now I'm pulling a thermostat wire, so I get an extra quarter. What is that? $350 divided by 4. It's like 87 or something like that. So now I get $87 for pulling a thermostat wire. If I have to do plenums, that's another quarter day. If I'm doing a zone system, that's a half a day. So now I'm at, typically if you're doing a zone system, we're going to put in an Amana or an Amana, whatever y'all call it. An Amana is a day and a quarter just because you have to go through all the steps for the thermostat, like the testing and the charge mode and all of that. So you get a day and a quarter. Then you got to do plenums, that's a half, and then you got to do a zone, which is another quarter. So now you're getting paid 2 days for that one job, and you'll get done about 5 o'clock. So now I'm getting paid $700 on that one day just to do this. And that's what everybody needs to understand. It's not just what you wanted, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, oh, I make $350 a day, and all the people are like, damn, bro, you make $350 a day? At 8 hours on a regular box swap, that's great money. I've been doing heating there 6 years. I do a box swap, I'm done at 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I go in at 7 o'clock, I get to the homeowner's house by 8, because typically with a big company, you're finna drive a decent amount. Mom and pop shop, you're gonna drive 20 minutes. With a big company though, I'm finna have to go from Auburn to Midland and start my job at 8:30, something like that. We do next day installs, so I also might have to go pick the equipment up, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Whenever you do them next day installs, if you go to a job and you're doing an interview and they're like, hey man, are you okay with doing the next day install? And you're like, yeah, sure, I'll do whatever, man, I'll do whatever, I don't care. I need you to understand that the next day install means they don't have the equipment today. you're going to pick it up in the morning and then go to that person's house. So if you leave the shop at 7:30, even though you're there at 7, you might not leave to 7:30, 7:45. Let's be real. You go to Johnstone, 15 minutes down the road or 20 minutes down the road. Now you gotta wait for Johnstone to load it up. Let's be honest, Johnstone ain't all that fast. So they finally get your equipment. It's 8:30. You now have to drive from Auburn all the way to Midland, which is about an hour away. So it's 9:30 now, 10:30 Georgia time, and you're just now getting there. You gotta do a 10-minute walkthrough with a homeowner, start laying drop cloths. Now it's 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock your time, and you just now starting this job. And what if it's a zone system? Now you finna be busting out the woodwork like, bro, I'm finna be getting off at like 7 o'clock. For what reason? So keep in mind, whenever a company says, are you okay with doing this? This is what it implies. It's not always sugar-coated. It's not always, and a lot of time, I think people got to, let me rephrase that, sugar-coat. I hate hearing that because I think people got that term messed up. Everybody says, oh, it's sugar-coated. Like it's okay. Sugar-coat literally means something that's fucked up, and they're putting sugar on top of it to make it sound good. So it's always sugar-coated. Heat and air is sugar-coated. It's not always good. We got a saying, it always looks good from the shop. Oh, yeah, sure it looks good from the shop. From your desk, it looks good. When I'm in that crawl space, fuck you. It is what it is. I hate it. It's not good. It sucks. You can look at a picture and be like, oh yeah, there's plenty of room in there. And then you get in there and you got to take a whole trunk line down just to get the unit in, hoping that it fits. I've had to take a trunk line down and the unit still not fit because there's a plumbing pipe right in the middle of the damn crawl space. And I'm supposed to just break the unit apart. We install Carrier. If you know anything about Carrier uses populars. Okay? It's not like American Standard where I can just take some screws out, fold the cabinet a little bit, and then push it back in. You literally have to take this unit all the way apart and call it a day. Okay? There is no easiness on this. This is what you're going to be doing. And it's going to suck. You might have to dig a trench and hope for the best outcome. And a lot of times there's not a good outcome. Okay? There's not. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? If you're new to the stream or new to the page, we got a football board right here. Let me know if y'all want to see it. Y'all can see the bets. We can do whatever, okay? I'm fine with whatever. It does not hurt my feelings none. If I like SEC. If you want to put your input in, we can put our input in. I'm fine with it. But when it comes to heating in there, I got a damn cut on my hand. That's a Sharpie. That's a Sharpie. Oh, you find it uncomfortable? Well, deal with it. Oh, that's a Sharpie. I don't know. I was writing on the board back here. For all the football bets back here. But yeah, right now I got Alabama beating Georgia. 3.5. I got Auburn beating Texas A&M, although I think Texas A&M could win. But you're softball for life. You probably know about football though. My daughter plays softball. She actually went to All-Stars this year. So she lost in the finals. I hated it for her. But it's like I told her, you might be living a dream every day. Oh, look, it's Bradley. Damn, I see that now. As soon as he said, hey, Bubba, I was like, damn, look, it's Bradley. No, I ain't cut my hand. It's sharper. Oh, see, man, I don't know, man. I didn't know it was you. Your name says softball for life. How am I supposed to know that? But when it comes to doing heat in there, it ain't all that fun. It sucks. And I think everybody need to know that. But they good money in it. They is. They good money in it, Garcia. They a bunch of good money in it. You just gotta be willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? I got a restriction right here. Themes that some may find uncomfortable. Why would you find me uncomfortable? I don't care if you find me uncomfortable. I hope I am uncomfortable. Honestly. How about this? You put $5 in right now, I'll cut the stream. How about that? I'll cut it right now. That don't hurt my feelings. I'm gonna start it back up. I'll claim. There we go. I don't even know what that did. What did that just do? Either way, I'm fine with whatever. It don't hurt my feeling none. I'm trying to get me some people in here. Hold on. Oh, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Everybody give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. Oh. What's the problem with this? Someone said how much. Don't worry about how much. Don't worry about how much. It is what it is. Boy, B. Griffin, what's up, big dog? Damn, bro, that eyeball look cool as fuck, don't it? That gave me a headache. I ain't gonna do that shit again. What up, big dog? Who you got this week? Who you got this week? Auburn or Alabama? Come on, let's be real. I know you're gonna pick Alabama. It's alright. I'm not mad at you. I picked Alabama. I picked Alabama winning. I picked Auburn winning too. Let's look at the board again. I picked Alabama beating Georgia. I picked Notre Dame beating Arkansas. I got Auburn beating Texas A&M by 3.5. I got South Carolina beating Kentucky. Let me see them opinions. Kenzie's asleep. Don't worry about her. We talking about football right now. Kenzie's asleep. Alabama gonna have to show up for real. They got to show up. Simpson cannot come in unprepared. I think he came in unprepared against Florida State, not realizing Florida State got good potential to be in to go to the playoffs. They really do. They're gonna have to keep doing what they're doing. But we've had 2 easy games. Everybody was like, oh, Alabama beat Wisconsin. The fuck was Wisconsin? Who is Wisconsin? Why was that a hard game? And it wasn't a hard game, but why was that a big game for us? That shouldn't even been a big game. If that's a big game, then we're losing against Vanderbilt. We're losing against Tennessee. We're going to lose against LSU. Or not LSU, but Oklahoma. We're going to lose against, Auburn. That can't be, you know what I'm saying? We got to do better than that. I got Ole Miss beating LSU. I got Mississippi State beating Tennessee. See what I'm saying? All of these games are all betted on. Every single one of them. All these games right here. All of them. I actually just locked in a bet on Alabama versus Georgia because someone think Georgia gonna beat Alabama. And as an Alabama fan, fuck what you talking about. As an SEC fan, Georgia might have that. But I got Alabama 3.5 right now. Same with the Auburn game. I got Auburn 3.5. I think Texas A&M might win, but I got Auburn 3.5. And it is what it is. Vanderbilt's going to be another one of them teams that I think could go all the way to the playoffs. But if you're anything like me, then you know that Miami Hurricanes is gonna get in the playoffs, and it is what it is. I like the Hurricanes. I always have. They started as a prison team, and they gonna go all the way, regardless what anybody thinks. And that's just gonna be what it is, okay? Miami's gonna make it. And they better not fuck my damn bet up this year, because they fucked it up last year. Just know that. They fucked my bet up last year, and I was mad as hell. Alabama should have had that. You feel me? It is what it is. I'm not mad though. I'm not mad. If I was mad, I am mad. It was fucked up. I bet good money on that game. I mean on them down. So at the beginning of the year, I seen how they played, and I was like, oh, Miami got this. And it came down to the very last game. The very last game. And it wasn't even Miami's last game. Miami was like over going in. And then the other team won, and they weren't even playing them. But because they won the game, they got put in. And I was like, oh, y'all some bitches. Y'all some dirty neck bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't wash your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fuck y'all. I think Miami got it. I think they winning though. That's just my personal opinion. Let me put that down. Let me give me some water. What you been up to, Blake? What are you doing for a living? What do you do for a living, Blake? Man, I ain't talked to you in forever. You look like you drive trucks. Like you a truck driver. Nah, you a mechanic that fish on the side all the time. That's what you do. We went from typing class to being mechanics and shit. I do heating and air, so I ain't no mechanic. I'm just not for it. I could change the tire though. I could change the tire. In Auburn? Asphalt lab manager. That sounds like you get paid so good. Like, bro, I didn't know you still lived in Auburn. For some reason, I thought you lived in like Florida or some shit. What the hell is an asphalt lab manager? You sit in the office and like, that's what them big ass silos outside are for? They like mix asphalt? You move back from Florida or you move back to Florida for a year? I got so many questions. And they're all unanswered. Like, what the hell? What the hell are we doing? This shit don't even make no sense. It don't make sense. This ain't even on my hats. I still gotta put up the rest. I don't think my wife wants me to put up the rest though, because they make holes in the wall. Little bitty holes. When I take all these hats down, there's a fuckload of holes in the wall. And she's like, what the fuck? But I'm gonna be real, it's too expensive to get to like non-stick hangers. I'm not going and buying like a pack of 4 is like $5. What the fuck do I look like? I got 100-something hats. What I look like, bro? That's like fucking $400 worth of hanger. I'm not doing that. What are you fucking talking about? That'd be dumb. We'd go broke probably. See, what the hell is lab management for asphalt? You got to explain that better. I don't think I understand. Alright, when you're like lab manager for asphalt, I'm like, damn. To Florida, and then the hurricane hit. That sucked. I hope it didn't fuck y'all shit up. I know you be having them nice vehicles. I hope it didn't mess your shit up. That sucked. You gotta make sure that shit good. Is asphalt bad? I'm gonna be honest. I know as much as Lightning McQueen knows about asphalt, and that's a big ass truck pulls the thing and it puts asphalt down, and then motherfuckers be rolling on it. And it take 3 months for them to get a road good. That's all I know. I know it's beneficial. it helps everybody, right? You know what I'm saying? It's good to have a clean, you know what I'm saying, a nice paved road. So I'm not mad at them. I just know it take a long time for it to get that way. So I mean, if you gotta manage it, then you manage it. How do you test it though? You got like a little meter, or you like a stick? You like poke at it, and you're like, all right, bet that's nice and wet. Kind of like concrete with the where they put the concrete in a little pyramid and they like shake it out, and then the slope test. Y'all be doing that? That's what it is, but with asphalt, so it's sticky. That's why I don't do asphalt. I got tired of it. It wasn't my cup of tea, man. I did it for HUD construction, and I didn't even do it. They had like a little 5x5 square cut out, and I had to fill it, and that was fucked up. Oh, so you make the big bucks. Yeah, you got I ain't gonna say the easy job, but you sit in the office and you run a bunch of data. You got the easier job. You ain't out there in the sun all day. That's what I like to hear. That's what I need to do. I need to be sitting behind a desk. My boy HVAC Tips knows what I'm talking about. We tired of sitting in these damn attics and in these nasty crawl spaces, trying to win the lottery. It's got to be more hands-on than I think, because in my head, I'm not fucking lame. I love you very much. Fuck you. I'm just kidding, Brady. But no, man, when I hear lab manager or some shit like that, I just automatically assume, well, fuck you too, RJ. Love you. But when I hear that, I just assume like you go out there, you got like this like hollowed out piping, like shove it in, and then you get it, and then you like dump the asphalt out, and you're like, all right, this guy, I feel like it's got adhesive in it. Oh, I got a YouTube. Georgia's not gonna win. I got money. I give you, what do you want, $20 bet? I already got a bunch of money on it, so I can only do 20 right now. I'm betting like 6 other people, so I can do 20. You think Georgia gonna win? Do 20. Who's your Ducks? There's like 3 different teams that are Ducks. I don't got Penn State on my board. I ain't never liked Penn State ever since them sexual allegations came out like 15 years ago. Oh, well, I don't care for Oregon. I mean, they alright. I do like their colors. It's just like Boise State. I like Boise State for the field, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't care much else about it. Oregon always got some real nice jerseys. So I do like that, especially on a game. They got like 7 different jerseys you can pick from. I don't think they're gonna win the Natty. I don't believe they'll have it. Are they gonna go undefeated? I haven't looked at their schedule. Cause right now, bro, I got a bunch of teams that are going undefeated, and it's gonna come down to the wire. It really is. It's gonna come down to the wire. They're gonna come down to the nitty gritty on my board. On this little board right here. It's the SEC championship game. I mean, not the SEC championship. This is primarily SEC, but there's other teams in here as well. So just, you know what I'm saying? This is Southern Conference, you know, so think of it as you will. Well, I know the owner of Nike went to Oregon. Penn State's the hardest game y'all got this year. Well, y'all are fucking winning that one. Oregon never wears the same uniform twice. What the fuck? Shit, I should go to Oregon then. But right now, I got Oklahoma. Oklahoma is going to lose at least 2. These are all teams right now that I got undefeated. If Alabama loses to Georgia, there's no way they make it in the playoffs. No way possible. Because like I said earlier, they already got to worry about Tennessee, Oklahoma, and then, of course, Auburn. It's at Auburn this year, so, you know what I'm saying? Florida's not going nowhere because they doing dog shit right now. I think Miami, they got an opportunity to make it in the playoffs. Right now, I'm thinking who's going to get in. I ain't too worried about the championship, just because I'm not fully 100% confident Alabama's gonna get in the championship. That, like I said, they're gonna have to beat Georgia, in my opinion, to have a chance to even get in. Because if they could beat Georgia, then I definitely think they'll beat Tennessee and Oklahoma, and then Auburn's gonna have its own little talk about. We'll talk about it on a different day. LSU is not gonna make it. I think Ole Miss is gonna beat LSU, so they'll get their first loss this week. With that being said, Ole Miss has an easy lineup too, besides Georgia. But if Alabama beats Georgia, then I know Ole Miss is gonna beat Georgia. You see what I'm saying? Oklahoma has a bunch of wins, but I think if they beat Ole Miss, then they won't have a problem with Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to be a team that's going to pop out and show people. I know Clemson's doing dog shit. They're doing dog ass. No, like I said, Alabama's not going to get in. First off, if they beat Georgia, then that puts Georgia at a loss too. So that'll kind of be tied up right there. Georgia's already got to worry about playing Auburn as well. Auburn's doing good this year, so that could be 2 losses for Georgia in a 3-week time period. So that's something that they got to look at. Ole Miss is undefeated right now. So if Ole Miss goes and wins, then Ole Miss can get in. Oklahoma is doo-doo. And I don't know if you meant to say fraud or what you talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Miami Hurricanes, man, them some good prison players, man. I don't know what you're talking about. They went to prison. They'll rob the game if they have to. It don't matter. But where are we at? Yeah, no. If Alabama loses against Georgia, we ain't making it playoffs. Because there's no way if we lose against Georgia, there's no way possible we're gonna beat Tennessee. There's just no way possible. Vanderbilt's gonna be a hard game. Look at the lineup. Vanderbilt ain't played nobody, but still, if we lose against Georgia, I have doubts on that Vanderbilt game. I think it all depends on if we lose against Georgia. Because if we lose against Georgia, then Alabama knows that we're not getting in the playoffs. And with the NIL, them players aren't going to care. I mean, you could tell they didn't care because they went out against Florida State and just got ran on. You know what I'm saying? That game right there was absolute dog ass. So when it comes to losing against Georgia, I think if we lost against Georgia, we lose against Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Auburn. So, I mean, count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 5 losses for Alabama this year. Don't know it won't 5 losses. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. We don't want that. Auburn's got a hard lineup coming up. People are talking about, are we worried about Kentucky? I wouldn't be worried about Kentucky if I was Auburn. I'd be worried about taking an ass whooping against Texas A&M and then going on an off week and then immediately playing Georgia right after. What y'all think about Missouri? Because they're undefeated right now. I think that's another hard game. Even though Missouri ain't really played nobody, I think if they lose against A&M and then Georgia, I think they going to lose against Missouri too. That's just my personal opinion. They could win against Missouri, then Arkansas, and then go against Kentucky and beat Kentucky. But like I said, you cannot sleep on Vanderbilt, especially when it's at Vanderbilt. I've said it too many times this year. People need to stop sleeping on Vanderbilt. Bro, well, 2 games in a row, but they got a bye week too. This bye week right here is the determining factor because they going to get late. This NIL has gotten everybody fucked up. The NIL this year is fucking up everything. Because you got players that are coming in, and it's like one of them said it. It was a player for I think it was somewhere in Florida. It wasn't FSU. I think it was Florida though. He said, I don't care if I go to the NFL. All I know is I'm getting $800,000, and that's enough to buy me a house and set my life up to get a decent job to where I ain't got to work super hard the rest of my life. You right, they could lose on a bye week. That'd be completely up to them. How we doing, Casey? But the NIL's got it all messed up, because you got players that are going to colleges that they know they aren't going to make a lot on, and you got players that are going to big colleges that they're making a bunch of money on, so they're not trying as hard. And I think that's what happened during the Florida State game. I think that's what's happening to a lot of teams this year, is teams that were really good. I mean, look at Georgia. They beat Austin Peay, but by what? That was what, 34-16? That was a terrible game for Georgia. Georgia should have blew them out. That game right there should have been a blowout, and I don't care what no one says. I don't. Tennessee was a complete struggle for Georgia. See what I'm saying? Tennessee was a struggle for Georgia. Tennessee lost, but it was what, 41-44? I like Georgia. As an Alabama fan, I can say I like Georgia. But that game shouldn't have been as close as it was, and that's why I think Tennessee, as you see, has got a check mark on it. I need to pay attention to that game. Same thing here. That is going to be a hard game. Tennessee might have lost, but we have to understand how that loss happened. That was a hard game for them, and they almost took out. You got to think of who Tennessee is. Who the fuck is Tennessee, and when have they ever been good? And for them to almost beat Georgia is crazy. So like I said, Mississippi State's going to lose. Arkansas State's going to lose. Alabama is going to be a hard game. Kentucky's going to lose. Oklahoma could be a hard game. Just because Oklahoma's always had that, like every 2-3 years they always go to the championships. So we got to pay attention to them. They're going to beat New Mexico, beat Florida, and beat Vanderbilt. Tennessee could go to the playoffs. That's something that's got to be looked at. It does. Tennessee's got to be looked at. Regardless of what anybody thinks, Tennessee's going to be a hard game against anybody. And like I was getting at with the playoffs, if Georgia plans on making it in the playoffs, they have to go undefeated. Because there's too many teams right now that's undefeated. Especially in the Southern Conference. Way too many people. And a lot of these teams are going to be getting blown out. Because like I said, you got Texas A&M who ain't lost a game yet. And they finna have to play Auburn. So if they go against Auburn and they win, then they're going to be undefeated again. Or continue to be undefeated. You got Oklahoma, who has a bye week this week, so they're getting saved. And then they got Kent State, they're going to win. Texas, they're going to win, but it's at Dallas. You got South California, they're going to win. Ole Miss is going to be a hard game. Because, look, they undefeated, and they're playing LSU next, and then Washington. So you see what I'm saying? Like, these games, all of these teams are going to go, they'll go 6-0 before they actually take a first loss. So let me know. Whoever's in here right now, let me know, who do y'all got in the playoffs from your opinion? Obviously, it's all opinion, but who do we got in the playoffs? I'm thinking, major team-wise, as an Alabama fan, we have to keep that in perspective. As an Alabama fan, I got Georgia. I got Miami Hurricanes. Just because I got money on them being in the playoffs. I think Georgia's got potential, in Florida State. Florida State's good right now, dude. Forget what I'm talking about. Let's look at it. Florida State. A lot of people said we weren't ready. I think we were ready. The very next game after we lost, we lost to Florida State. They came in and won 77-0. I think personally Florida State was beyond ready. I don't think it was, because we won every other game. We won other games other than Florida State. I think we were ready. I just think Florida State might be a very good team this year. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. On a realistic perspective, do I believe Miami's gonna make it in the playoffs? Probably not. Let's be real. Do I want them to? Because I put money on it? Yes. That's just that's just me. Florida State has very good opportunity to make it. I think out of the big names, Georgia's gonna get in. On a realistic perspective, Florida's gonna get in. I think Oklahoma could get in, and then we need one more really trash school. It's not going to be Notre Dame. Who's the other trash school that's going to get in? Because it's always two real weak teams. Like, oh, they ain't played nobody. Their hardest team was Boise State. Yada yada yada. Could be Ohio State. See, and I hate to say Ohio State because that's who's always in. It's always like Alabama or Georgia, Ohio State, Oklahoma, somehow TCU. Like, it's always that one fucking trash team that gets in just because they've played nobody. Like it was Notre Dame. And then Notre Dame comes in and they actually put up a fight. And I'm like, shit, man. I don't know. It's just that one really trash fucking school up north that always gets in. And honestly, it could be Vanderbilt. I'm thinking Vanderbilt as that fourth team. I think Vanderbilt's going to get in, and Vanderbilt's going to put everybody in shock because no one knows what to do. I think when it comes to it, Vanderbilt's going to put everybody in a chokehold. That's my personal opinion. I think Vanderbilt's got it, and everybody else is just going to be sitting here like, bro, what the fuck just happened? Like, how did this just happen? And I think that's exactly so. I think that's what it's going to be. Vanderbilt's a good team. And I don't like saying it, but I think personally, that's just what's going to happen. See, bro, then they do it. They're 4-0 right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how. They just do it. I tell you what. I got a motherfucking $1 on it. I got $1 on it just because if my wife keeps figuring out about all my bets, she's going to get mad. I got $1 on it. I bet Vanderbilt get in there. I can see it happening. Did they change? Is it still going to be 4 teams? Or did they change it? Is it finally going to be a 16-team playoff? That'd be cool. If it's 16 teams, oh, that'd be so nice. Because then I wouldn't have to worry about Alabama getting in. I think if they did 16 teams, then one, that would open up the bets a lot bigger because then you got like Better Picks, Bravada, all of them other betting apps that the bets would be wider at that point. I think it it levels the playing field a little bit, and I think honestly with them doing it in NIL like they are, paying the players how they are, some of these players out here making $1 million. It's like, I think the best player right now is getting like $2 million or something like that. It's crazy to play football, and that's not even like guaranteed you're gonna get drafted. Like I said earlier, if you're listening, a lot of these players are literally only playing just so they can make their money, leave college with a degree, and then go work somewhere and have $2 million in the bank. Bought a house, everything's good. They ain't got to worry about it. Think about it. If you could play for college football and make $800,000, $500,000, you go and buy a... Same to you, big dog. I appreciate you stopping by. Well, when you look at it, there's 2 other people. I know Blake Steven. I appreciate you stopping by. But when you look at it and you got paid $500,000 for a year to play, then now you have to look at it from that perspective. If all I got to do is play 4 years and I made in that time span $2 million, I have bought me a house. I've bought me a car, paid for. I bought this, I bought that. I bought my wife a car. You know, I'm about to have kids, everything. I have a degree because I've been in college for the last 4 years. I can not get drafted and continue to play. So now I have a regular job. But because I'm known nationally for playing football, I could have an easy job. Do you know how many football players' houses that I go to that didn't make it out of college and they like sell medical equipment and they make good money doing it? Like they're like pharmaceuticals and stuff. You know, they just drive around and like they sell physical therapy equipment or they do this or they do that. And they make a killing. I mean, they're making like $100,000 a year, and it's very easy for them to just drive around and not have to worry about it. I mean, it's ridiculous. That's what it is. So, of course, I think that's going to mess up these NIL teams, which is why I said with Alabama, the hard part Alabama's going to have is you now have to worry about doing that. You know, you now have to worry about if we lose against Georgia, are these kids going to keep playing with their heart? Or are they just going to be like, you know what, bro? I'm getting paid $600,000 this year. I don't give a fuck if we win or lose. You can kick me off the team right now. I just made $600,000. I don't care. Kick me off. You know, do it. I'll take $600,000, go back to my house, and buy a double wide with 20 acres out on Beauregard and be perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? I got another $400,000 in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking worried about it. You know what I mean? There's 20 acres right now out in Beauregard, right off of Highway 80, with an acre fully leveled and ready for development. You see what I'm saying? So, like, what is going to stop these players from, when they do start losing, are they going to stop caring and continue on with a different career? And that's why I have a problem with NIL. Because I think college should be about getting your degree, learning how to play football to go to the NFL. Although, I say that as someone who's in the HVAC career, knowing if I go to school for HVAC, I need to have a job that pays me. Let that sink. Let that sit. Because I know y'all heard it. I need a job that pays me while I'm in school. What do? I go outside of school and get a job, obviously. I get paid less, but it is what it is. So now you have to think about what that means for college football. I think it's the same with women's basketball during the off season. Like Brittany Griner, she was going to like Lithuania and all these other places to play basketball to continue to make money during the off season. So look at that. Is that what college football players should do instead of the NIL? Since they're not making money during the season, should they go to a different spot? Should they go to Moe's and make burritos? No. So that's where it's not fully fair. But is it $600,000 fair? Is it enough for them to sit here and say, oh, we lost the game, I'm not even going to worry about it because I don't care? Because that's crazy. That's my professional opinion. If you know what I know, let me know. Other than that, I'm about to get off. It's been about an hour. So this is all for my TED Talk on the Crawlspace boys. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget, go to my YouTube channel, hvac334. Give me a subscribe so we can start doing our lives there. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. And until next time, I'll be back tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.